Do I believe in same-sex marriages and why? I believe in it because it doesn't matter who the person is or what they are as long as you're in love.
Well, I don't know if belief is the right term, but what I do know is that our Constitution provides for equality and that the law should apply equally to everyone.
There are people who have said that I'm being brave for being openly supportive of gay marriage, gay adoption, basically, of gay rights, but with all due respect, I humbly dissent. I'm not being brave, I'm being a decent human being. And I don't think I should receive an award for that, or for merely stating what I believe to be true, that love is a human experience, not a political statement.
Personal opinion is that the Supreme Court will overturn the Defense of Marriage Act on equal protection grounds.
What are my feelings on the Defense of Marriage Act? I feel that it shouldn't matter what state you're married in. No matter what state you go to, you're still going to be married. Per se, like if you were married in Massachusetts, if you went to California, technically you were still married. It doesn't matter if you're married to a man or a woman. But with this act or whatever, I guess it does make a difference. But like if you were a man and woman getting married, you go to Africa, you'd still be married to that same person. It doesn't matter what state you're in to be married. As long as you're married, you're married.
I think that is absolutely ridiculous. Because if I'm living in a state, like for example, if I'm living in Massachusetts and I love Boston with all my heart, and they didn't allow me to sit there and be allowed to marry like a boyfriend that I've had forever and that I love like more than probably even some most straight couples love each other, and I decide to go to California or New York and get married there and then come back to the place where I live and where I want to pay taxes and give my money to and raise a family, that they're going to consider my relationship that another state has already passed as non-legitimate. I think that's absolutely ridiculous.
You're on, sir. Go ahead.
Okay, on my view of this family deal, I don't believe same-sex marriage or should be considered family. They're not even, I don't think it's even legal marriages, because the Bible states between man and woman, and all who participate in homosexuality of any kind will not inherit the kingdom of heaven. And I do believe it's just not right. And this country got to go back to where the Bible says. Like,
Mr. Powell, how much of opinion as far as how one defines a family is shaped by religious belief?
I think the point about religion is well taken. Indeed, many people do talk about religion when they talked about their definitions of families. And quite a few people gave comments that were very similar to the comment we just heard. At the same time, however, we also heard a very different type of religious explanation. And that is when we asked the question about what do they think is the primary factor behind someone's sexuality. Was it parenting, was it environment, was it genetics, was it God's will? Interestingly, a fairly large number, or a large enough number, said that sexuality was, quote, God's will.
It shouldn't matter your religion or what the Bible says, because not everybody has the same religion and goes by the same Bible. Or what if you believe in two religions? Or what if you don't believe in what the Bible says at all? It shouldn't make a difference of what everybody feels. So how are we going to go by one book? Not everybody's going to agree.
We are the ones coming up in the world, and we must continue to push this movement forward and close the gap. We must demand full equality for all. They say that this country is free, and they say that this country is equal, but it is not equal if it's sometimes.
No, unfortunately. I don't think it's coming up in the near future because it's such a new, brought up on subject that not everybody is on the same page about. I do think it will come about eventually, but I don't think anytime soon.
So I believe that in the future, definitely there's going to be like marriage equality, because I believe that right now in our modern society, we're growing in a world where there's a lot more tolerance and acceptance for people of different genders, races, and just around like sexual orientations. So I definitely feel like in the future there is going to be maybe not a full form, but a definite form of marriage equality.
Well, it seems like more and more people are realizing that it's not going to be harmful to society. And particularly I find the generation under age 30 to be particularly open-minded to this idea. So I really believe that's just a matter of time and same-sex marriage will be legal throughout the entire country, all 50 states.
What does it mean to you as far as the acceptance that people have and the openness to talk about it?
Well, I think this is an indication that there's a recognition that there is a wider range of families and there's a wider range of people in the United States than was reflected in census from the past. So I think it does represent a real change in terms of a greater acceptance or acknowledgement that there really is more than one type of living arrangement out there, more than one type of family out there.